The U.S. intelligence community has received an increasing amount of evidence to suggest that Iran is actively working on plots to kill former President Donald Trump, potentially in the lead up to the election in November. Two senior U.S. officials familiar with the intelligence said the Biden administration has gathered information from various sources, including human sources, on threats from Tehran that are linked to physical acts of violence. Acts that could kill Trump, they said, without providing further details. The Iranian threat stemmed from Tehran's long-standing desire to take revenge for the strike ordered by Mr. Trump in January 2020 that killed top Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian security and intelligence commander responsible for the deaths of hundreds of American troops in Iraq over the years. But the officials said the intelligence has ratcheted up in recent months, and officials have become more confident in Tehran's intentions. They also said there may be more attempts on Trump's life in the coming weeks. The intelligence prompted the Secret Service to enhance security for the former president before his outdoor campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday, officials said. Yet whatever additional measures were taken did not stop a 20-year-old local man from clambering on top of a nearby warehouse roof to shoot at Mr. Trump, grazing his right ear, and coming close to killing him. The National Security Council contacted the Secret Service to be sure it was tracking the latest reporting, and the agency shared the information with the head of Mr. Trump's detail, according to a national security official, who like others shared sensitive information on condition of anonymity. Officials confirmed that the shooting and the assassination plot are unrelated. However, the intelligence gathering revealed a concerning increase in threats against Trump. The Trump campaign was informed in passing by the Secret Service of a general uptick in threats against Mr. Trump, but was not made aware of any specific dangers related to Iranian individuals or groups, according to a person briefed on the interactions between the campaign and Secret Service. It was not clear what, if anything, Mr. Trump himself was told. The intelligence that prompted the warning was new, but consistent with previous threat information against lower-level current and former U.S. officials, according to officials informed about the matter. The intensifying campaign season, with increasingly frequent public rallies, offered more opportunities for an attack. Several national security officials said that although the threat was taken seriously, it did not appear from the intelligence to be fully developed. Officials would not discuss how they had come by the information, but said that their conclusion was drawn from multiple strands of intelligence collected by multiple agencies that were not clear until they were all put together into a single picture. While Iran has targeted Americans before, trying to assassinate a former president now running for his old office would be a dramatic escalation that could risk war. U.S. officials were trying to determine if it was merely aspirational or if there was a concrete plan. Either way, several officials said the Secret Service had recently surged additional resources and assets, although they declined to describe specifically what changes had been made. The fact that security was already enhanced for the Butler rally because of the apparently unrelated threat will raise further questions about the failure of the Secret Service to protect Mr. Trump. One U.S. official briefed on the intelligence was sharply critical of the Secret Service for allowing the Pennsylvania gunman to get so close, arguing that the agency's knowledge of the Iranian threat should have prompted it to be more cautious. President Biden has already ordered an independent review of the security breakdown in Butler, and Congress is planning its own inquiries. Authorities have identified Saturday's gunman as Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old kid from nearby Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, but have yet to publicly describe any motivation for the shooting. Mr. Crooks, who was killed by Secret Service snipers, was a registered Republican, but once gave $15 to a progressive political group. He left no social media trail that revealed any strong political feelings. People who knew him said he kept to himself but was often bullied in high school. The situation has prompted tighter security measures for the former president. Iran has traditionally posed threats to U.S. elections, primarily through online misinformation and influence campaigns. U.S. officials have, over the years, warned against Tehran's attempts to influence American elections and taken action to punish those responsible. On July 9th, Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines made a rare public statement pointing out Iran's involvement in U.S. protests related to Gaza. Iranian government actors have sought to opportunistically take advantage of ongoing protests regarding the war in Gaza, using a playbook we've seen other actors use over the years, Haines said. We have observed actors tied to Iran's government posing as activists online, seeking to encourage protests, and even providing financial support to protesters. While officials have long tracked Iran's anger following the Soleimani strike, physical threats of violence emanating from Tehran, those that can be corroborated and verified, are somewhat unusual. One of the officials said it was clear from the intelligence the US has gathered that Iran is actively plotting, and the administration was working to try and thwart such attacks. Still, Iranian operatives remain a concern for intelligence and national security officials, many of whom are part of organizations, such as Hezbollah, that have the capability to carry out large-scale attacks on Americans. Stay tuned for further updates as this story develops. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to our channel for more updates. Do you think we are doing enough to protect former President Trump? Let us know in the comments below.